South Korea, rapidly growing country where poker is taking the country by storm. How a country with some of the strictest gambling laws has allowed for poker to explode in popularity. A work hard, play hard culture has primed Korea to enjoy the thrill of the gamble with high variance and massive guarantee. We will explore the major poker organizations, laws, and travel options so you can also get an inside look at poker in Korea. Korea has three major organizations we will look at: the APT, APL, and the WPT. These three organizations are among many in Korea, but offer the best all-around experience for foreign players in terms of easiness to access, quality of the overall event, good guarantees and buy-ins, and tournament play ran using English and Korean. The focus of this video will be on tournament poker in Korea, alongside other necessary information to make sure your experience in Korea goes smoothly. Gambling in Korea is a highly regulated industry and is illegal for people and institutions to gamble in exchange for any currency, excluding a few select casinos that the government has given licenses to. All of the above-mentioned leagues operate within the bounds of Korean law and are 100% safe to participate in. The APT and WPT operate at venues with these authorized gambling permits that allow for the direct exchange of currency for chips used for gambling. The APL operates in the culturally common practice known as Hold'em pub culture. The specific language of the law in Korea specifies that to remain within the legal bounds, Hold'em pubs are allowed to exchange coupons instead of cash for gaming purposes. So as long as there is no direct exchange between currency and chips for gambling, then organizations or individuals can host and play in such events. Now, organizations like the APL and many other poker rooms across Korea use third parties to circumnavigate these rules. For events like the APL, buy-ins are paid for with branded tickets which are bought from an independent third-party vendor. This third-party vendor will usually operate in the vicinity of the event, and players will exchange currency for tickets and then use those tickets to register for events. After these tickets are collected by the organization, which is sold back to the third-party vendor as a commodity in exchange for a percentage of what their original selling value was. This allows for the third-party vendor to collect a small percentage of profit and the organization to operate within the legal bounds of Korean law. The Korean government has acknowledged that this exchange for coupons is legal, and they have no plans to rewrite or change this loophole. So for foreign players who want to know which organization to trust, stay within the APL, APT, and WPT events which have a government-issued gambling permit or operate with third-party entry tickets. The first organization we will look at is the APT, otherwise known as the Asian Poker Tour. The APT operates its diverse tournament setup out of the Paradise City Casino, located right next to the Incheon International Airport. A short 5-minute walk will land you right at the venue, allowing for easy and comfortable travel plans to attend events. The APT operates all over East Asia and some European countries, but we will focus on their Korea-based events. For events, they have dedicated staff to offer support in person and through their website for registering for events and any relevant questions to event structures. Events are run bilingually at tables using English and Korean, in general allowing for foreigners to not feel confused during play. The buy-in range on average for APT events is around 700 to 800,000 won, with buy-ins as low as 300,000 and as high as 4.5 million won. The last APT main event was a 1.3 billion won guarantee with a buy-in of 2.3 million won. The overall ease to attend these events and communicate with staff allows for an overall pleasant and enjoyable experience playing poker. With APT, I guarantee you will see plenty of foreigners, mostly from Europe and East Asia. The next organization we will look at is the APL, which is known as the Ace Poker League. The APL runs their tournaments across East Asia, but their Korean circuit runs on a 3-part loop with 2 leading events located in Daegu and Seoul with medium-sized guarantees, and ending the series with a large guarantee operated at the Grand Swiss Hotel in West Seoul. The APL staff and dealers operate events in English and Korean, and all past and future events can be found on their website. APL is a Texas Hold'em focused league that offers some Omaha and Bounty events, but maintains its efforts to be the top Hold'em league in Korea. The APL's average buy-in is around 700,000 won and has events as low as 300,000 won and as high as 5 million won. The last APL main event was a 1.6 billion won guarantee with a buy-in of 1.5 million won. In general, foreigners are mainly only seen at their largest series event at the Grand Swiss Hotel, but it is not uncommon to see some, including myself, in their 2 lead-in events. The overall atmosphere is lighthearted and fun at APL events. To attend these events, you will need to have some basic understanding of Korean public transportation, as the venues in Seoul are around 1 to 1.5 hours away from the Incheon International Airport. The last organization we will look at is the WPT, known as the World Poker Tour. The WPT has recently started back up in Korea at the Landing Casino, which is part of Shinhwa World in Jeju-do, Korea. The WPT is a world-renowned organization running events globally, but their Korea-based events focus on mainly hold'em events and bounty tournaments alongside a few high-roller one-drop events. The WPT in Korea operates events in English first, but also has support systems for foreigners from most countries. The event location in Jeju is akin to Hawaii, being a popular tropical vacation spot for Koreans. The WPT events offer buy-ins on average near 1.4 million won, with events as low as 425,000 won and as high as 8.5 million won. The last two one-drop events held boasted a 17,340,000 won buy-in and a 170 million won buy-in event here in Korea. WPT's process for signing up and finding help in travel and accommodations is very streamlined and easy, but it is significantly more expensive given its location and the buy-in options for the event. I have not personally attended a WPT Korea event yet, but I've heard many positive experiences from my Korean friends who are looking for a high roller experience with a large foreigner player pool. We have a few notable mentions not making the list, including the Triton events, which are infamous for their high roller events and therefore have been excluded due to their buy-in barrier to entry, the Asian Series Poker Tour, which currently has very few events operating in Korea and in general is difficult to gather information on, and the Korean Series of Poker, which runs events across the country but in general is difficult to enter without understanding some Korean. There are some other leagues operating across Korea, but in general they are much smaller or have a larger barrier to entry for foreigners. In general, each league has its own unique draw depending on what kind of experience you want. For people seeking a high roller rush in a beautiful environment, the WPT events will suit your needs. For those not looking to spend thousands of dollars in a few days, the APT and APL is a much better fit and in general offers better guarantees relative to the buy-in. Currently, the APT offers many mixed games with a wide range of buy-ins and offers the easiest access to foreigners given their events are held within walking distance of Korea's major international airport. The APL's unique draw is that you get to find yourself in a mostly East Asian player field that is much friendlier and has quite a bit of table talk compared to other events. The average buy-in for APL compared to their guarantees is currently the best, and each new series has seen them get lots of attention in Korea. I have found communication with the staff online and in person with the APL and APT to be very easy and inviting, as both organizations have a deep desire to expand their operations to a global market. Now, if you're like me and don't want to spend $300+ a night at event venue hotels, then you have a few options. The cheapest option is with hostels with an average price of $25 to $30 a night, with most amenities included. The WPT and APT events are hosted on larger resort properties, and because of that, hostels will generally be 20 to 30 minutes away from the event venue, requiring the use of public transportation or taxis. The APL's locations have hostels within 20-minute walking distances of their Seoul venues. The easiest way to find these locations is through the Hostel World app so that you can compare prices and locations in relation to your desired event. The next option you have is to book an Airbnb if you're looking for a better quality and private accommodation. Airbnbs in general tend to be somewhere between $50 and $200 a night, depending on how nice of a room you want to book. You can usually find them within walking distance of any of the mentioned events through the Airbnb app. Korea does always have other hotel options that will usually run you anywhere between $100 and $300 a night, depending on quality and location, but these will always require you to know how to use Korean transit system to get from your hotel to the event location. In general, I have found poker in Korea to be similar to my experience in the US, except that they have a much larger youth player base than compared to the US. Many poker rooms or event venues are littered with avid poker fans who have a love for the game, making poker a quickly growing industry within the country. As these organizations grow, their prize pools dramatically increase each year as they fight to be the go-to spot for local and international players. I hope you can visit Korea and get an inside look for yourself at what poker in Korea has to offer. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a subscribe as it will allow you to follow future poker content in Korea.